Now, here in the United States, Best Buy executives say they have a few ideas on how to compete with online retailers this holiday season. Scott Derschlag is the head of Consumer Electronics Company's online division. I spoke with the e-commerce veteran about Best Buy's Cyber Monday's plans.
Well, basically, BestBuy.com, it's all about bricks and clicks. What we can do that Amazon can't is give you a true omni-channel experience. So you can do your research online, shop online, you can then buy online, go 30 minutes later and pick it up in a store. Or if you want to go actually compare things side by side, Best Buy is the only place where you could go see a Kindle next to a Surface, next to an iPad, next to all the Android tablets, and get all of your questions answered by an expert blue shirt. You can't do that at Amazon.
You know, and a couple of things that really stand out as well. From what I understand, just 3 clicks from once you go on to when you make your final purchase, which is going to be great for people. And secondly, the fact that you have stores all over that you're now working with as distribution centers. How is that going to pay off for you?
Yeah, that's a very important point. So, I mean, basically, there's 1,400 Best Buy stores. There's a Best Buy store within 15 minutes of 70% of America. And each of these really are mini distribution centers. So we have the ability for customers to go there and pick up their products, or we have the ability to ship, to other stores. So if we have inventory that's sitting in one of the stores, even if it isn't in the distribution center, we have the ability to get that very quickly to our customers. So that's a tremendous advantage. And we have all of those locations out really close to where most of the population centers are.
We're a global channel and very international. Do you target international audience this time of year?
I mean, not really. BestBuy.com is really focused on the U.S. market. And some areas, you've got a lot of people that are flying in from other parts of the world, like in New York or in Miami, with people flying in from Latin America. But in general, we're very focused on the American consumer.
What has changed for you from last year to this? What kind of steps have you taken to distinguish yourself in this market when so many people are going to be logging on today looking for that best deal?
Yeah, I mean, I expect that this year there'll probably be something like 131 million visitors coming compared to last year's 129 million. And what we're looking at doing differently this year, it's several things. First is we've really optimized the site to try and make it simpler, faster, easier. 3 clicks, as you mentioned, that's down from what was previously 8 clicks a year ago.
Wow.
Secondly, we've invested massively in our platform to make it really fast and to put all of our customer information at the center so that we have the ability to be able to give recommendations to people that are more personalized in nature and make sure the content is really radically relevant. And then lastly is My Best Buy, our loyalty program, which we now have the ability to let you log into at the same time as you logging into BestBuy.com. And so you'll get points for anything that you buy. And we know who you are, so we can make recommendations based on your history and based on your browsing behavior. And so those things all in turn bring more traffic into the top, which, because the site is simpler, easier, faster to use, has improved conversion, and it becomes a mutually reinforcing cycle. That's all new since last year.
Clearly, great deals are out there. When e-commerce really took off about 15 years ago or so, people were worried about security, credit card theft, things like that. What are the concerns out there now? You always hear if something sounds too good to be true, it is, worried about scams, worried about phishing. How can you guarantee your customers that everything's going to be okay?
Well, there's no question that, there's been a continuing kind of arms race of sorts over time, since the early days of this type of thing. The security has gotten really quite good. And basically, what I recommend to people is, first of all, make sure you've got the latest implementation of your browser software, because that will have the latest security patches. Second of all, make sure that when you're shopping, and especially when you're like on the page to put your credit card information in, make sure it says HTTPS for secure, because that's also really important. If you do those things and you're shopping one of the top, brand name sites, BestBuy.com is one of the top sites in the country. If you're doing big name sites, you know what the site looks like. Those 3 things together, and you can shop with confidence.